Hey there, Tater Tots! Welcome back to another episode of Tater's World. Man, I just have a feeling that the more we build in this area, the cooler it's going to be to fly down that main street. Actually, that's what I'll call it. Main Street. That sounds really good. So let's go down here into the cave base, even though the cave base is kind of expanding beyond the cave, but that's okay. I actually really like the way that it's turning out, and I'm very surprised. Thank you so much. Here, hold on. Thank you so much for all the positive support that you've given. Don't look at that yet. For all the positive support that you've given me for the builds lately. Look, you know that I am not a comfortable builder at all. So thank you so much for all the kind words that you've said in the comments section. It really has been awesome. So we're not going to do what we did last time and kind of mix it up and do the comment of the week first. We're getting back to normal to the question of the day. So the question of the day for this episode is: a man who is outside in the rain without an umbrella or hat didn't get a single hair on his head wet. How is this? So once again, a man who was outside in the rain without an umbrella or a hat didn't get a single hair on his head wet. How did this happen? If you think you've got the answer to this question, go ahead and leave it in the comments section. As always, I really love reading those, even if I don't let you know right away if you got the answer correct. But first things first, there's something that I owe you all. So in the last episode, we went on a little bit of a mission to find this horse. And this horse, I picked him because he was the most jumpy. May not have been the fastest, but he was the most jumpy, and I prefer that. But I asked you all if you could come up with a name for our friend here. And I didn't get a lot of responses. So with that, I came up with one myself. And here's something that you should know about me. I really like to name animals by human names, and not just any human names. I like to name them like traditional kind of human names that you would never name an animal. So say hello to Carl. This is Carl the horse. Hello, Carl. Nice to meet you again, kind of, except with a new name. So the problem is, although I do really like this post, and he is doing a fantastic job guarding the entrance to our cave base here, I'll tell you what, I have not had one bad guy go down into the cave base since he's been here. Now, let's look past the fact that I almost never have bad guys go down to the cave base. That's not relevant, okay? The relevant thing is he's done a fantastic job, and I think he should be rewarded. Carl, come on. I was just giving you high kudos for protecting this place. And then that... Really? Who's going to clean this up? And there. Now we've got all that done. Carl, no thanks to you. He didn't help at all, guys. But anyway, I think that what we need to do, aside from the fact that Carl just almost killed us, I think what we need to do is we need to build a house for Carl. And I see two things from this. One, Carl will have a very nice place to live, and I'm sure he'll absolutely love that. And two, he will be out of the way so he can't almost kill us again, which is absolutely a good thing as well. So with that, I think we are ready. Do you hear it? It's time-lapse time. So what do you guys think? Yeah, it's really simple. It's not decorated all that much. The roof is a little flat on the top, but the way I see it, stables are basically the most utilitarian buildings that you can make. As you can see, we have room for 6 horses in here. and I'm going to have room for more, but we'll get into that later. Another thing that I added, as you can see, is these barrels. And these barrels aren't just for decoration, even though I do think that they look pretty good. They also serve a purpose. So this is where we're going to be storing all of our horse armor and, saddles and things like that. I'm sure I've got more in my extremely organized storage area down there. But we'll keep these here. This will be the storage area for anything horse related. I'm thinking over here, we can put things like golden carrots in order to breed the horses. And I think this will work out really, really well, guys. I'm not sure if it's lit enough, but we'll see, I suppose. Yeah, so let me know in the comments what you think about this. I'm sure I'll make a short video of me making it like I do with most of my builds. So you can either comment on that or you can comment on this main video here. But without further ado, I think what we need to do is take Carl here. That didn't mean to that. Okay, so we'll take Carl here and let's put him in his new home. Oh, this is so exciting. So one thing that I do like, and one of the reasons that I like jumpy horses, is that you can do this. And that's the reason why I made this ceiling so tall. I can just hop over. And then when I want to get out, I can just hop over, just like that. So I really like that. I really do. So let's get the heck out of here. Excuse me, Carl. That's not where you're... Okay. Oh, he's so excited. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, he's going to town. He loves his new home. He loves it. Carl, I knew you would love this thing. When I was designing it in creative, I was like, you know what? Carl's going to love this. Now, there's one other thing that I've been neglecting, even though it was something that I intended to do a long time ago. Hey, how's it going, Shirley and Pepsi? Yep, I remembered your names. But that's using these things, these glowberries. So my intention all along was to actually have the glowberries in here, where we can, let me see if I can, let's do this right here. Nope. Okay. I wanted to put the glowberries in here as kind of part of the aesthetic of this build. So I'll put one there, suppose. Okay. Yes, yeah, like that. Let's do this. Okay. And that. Okay, so my understanding is that we take this stuff right here, this bone meal, and we're able to do this. Okay. So now what? Like these will grow automatically, but I want more of them. So how do I... Oh yeah, you can right click on it and that'll give you another glowberry. So that's perfect. So now I can move this over to, say, over here and do the same thing. And it'll grow. Where? Yeah, sure, there. That looks good. That looks good. So those will grow down. I'm sure it'll get to a point where I want to put some string or something underneath it because I don't want more to grow. And that's fine. So, but for now, let's do that. Let's do that. Just so we've got some extra light. And as those come down, I'll fill a little bit more of here, as well as the entrance to our cave base. I kind of want some in there as well. You know what we haven't done in a while? In fact, I don't know if we've done it much at all in this world. We are past due for an adventure. Now, what do I mean by adventure? So we've spent a lot of time in this area right here, going all the way to our iron farm. We've done a little bit of, searching for specific items like moss blocks and the new geodes and stuff like that. And we spent a little bit of time over by spawn. But first off, I am falling more and more in love with this landscape the more that we do in it. But I think that there's more. I think that there's more really awesome. Like, look at that structure. Look at that floating block that I'm sure has been bugging all of you for such a long time. There's so much more that we can go and explore. So I think after we built this, which wasn't a necessarily difficult build, I think I want to actually do something just for the fun of it. I think I want to go on an adventure. And I don't just want to use my elytra to go on an adventure. I want to take Carl with me. So let's get him all saddled up for an adventure. What does he need? He's got his saddle. That's good. He needs some armor. Now, when I think of Carl, my first instinct was to go for the diamond armor because that's like the best one, right? But when I think of Carl, you know, I don't see him. Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, I don't see him as being ultra flashy. How can you have a name Carl and be really flashy? So I think gold is out of the question as well. I think we've got to put some iron horse armor on him. Let's see how that looks. Let's put that there. Oh, yeah, I think that looks perfect. I think that looks perfect. You look great, Carl. You look absolutely fantastic. Let's see, what else do we need? We've got plenty of food. We've got some rockets just in case. We've got some water just in case. Scaffolding just in case. I've got my ender chest, which has basically everything that I need. We need to rearrange those a little bit. I've got a bed. Here's my spyglass so that we can zoom in on the places that we find. And then I've got my zoom so we can zoom in even more on the places that we find. So I think we are set. All I need to do is hop on Carl. We'll jump over just because we made it that way. And which way should we go? You know what? When we found Carl and there were horses so close that I hadn't even messed with yet, it kind of reminded me that we haven't really explored this side of the base at all. You can see the dirt blocks where I was testing the different horses. We've gone quite a bit that way, especially when we were searching for things. We've done a lot over there in the village area. We haven't done a lot that way, and we haven't done a lot that way. So I think I want to take this path right here through the desert and see what's on the other side of it. Okay, so we'll make our way up here. And, oh, wow, lots of sheep. And it looks like there's a savanna over there. Cool. Oh, a goat. Guys. Look at all these goats. How did they blended in with the sheep. That's what happened. This is the first time I've seen goats. How's it going, fella? Oh, look at the baby goat. Look at the baby goat. I'm not messing with your baby goat, so don't worry. Man, this is so cool. I am going to capture you guys, and now I know where you are because I'm going to capture you, and I'm going to put you in our animal pen one day. This is a night. We need to do more things like this. Ooh. Well, that's fun. That's especially fun because I am going to need eventually, if I ever get around to finishing the villager stuff, I am going to need some brown mushrooms. So I think what I'll do is let's plop that down. Let's go to sleep. Carl, don't run off. Stay there. I've got stuff to do when I wake up too. I want to take you. Supposed to be getting mushrooms from this, right? Ah, there we go. I saw them falling. So we're going to need a ton of brown... Carl, I know you're trying to help, but come on. We're going to need a ton of these brown mushrooms when we're making the weakness potions for the villagers. When we cure them back from zombies into villagers, we're going to need those. So that was an awesome find. And I'm sure there's going to be more of those where we're going. So let's take you. I'm going to switch this out because I'd rather have that available if I need it. And Carl, please, let's go. Going over here. So I'm looking, see this mountain range right here? Let me see if I can. Nice jump, Carl. That was pretty sweet. It's like, tree. I can jump over trees. That's a really nice mountain range, and it looks like it continues over there, which is really cool. That's a nice cave too, but watch this. Boom. Cave's gone. Don't you just love jumping from tree to tree on a horse? Oh, it's so funny. Okay, so we are back over here in the forest, the regular forest, but it's kind of hilly, which is nice. Ooh, what is this over here? So I wanna be able to look at this. You're gonna get in the way. Let's jump right here. Look at this bay. That is a beautiful looking bay. So since we're just going on this adventure and there's no pressure to do anything else whatsoever, let's talk about a tool that has helped me quite a bit in my life, on the work side, on the personal side, on all of it. It's called am I going to be able to, let's go, Carl. Got it. Nice. Okay. So it's called the Eisenhower Box. So basically what the Eisenhower Box is a 4x4, look at those dolphins. It's a 4x4 or 2x2. I guess it's 2x2 box. And what you do is you make quadrants out of it. And in those quadrants, the top two areas of the box are important and not important. Okay. And then on the side, you write urgent and not urgent. So then what you can do is you can use this box here as a tool. So let's say, for example, you've got something in the top left box, which in this case would be important, urgent. Okay. So this can be something like you've got homework that's due tomorrow morning, and it's like, 8 o'clock at night. That is both important and urgent. And then let's think of something that's not important and urgent for that top right box. I guess that's watching a movie when it first comes out. And this is obviously pre-COVID times, but do any of you remember when a new movie would be coming out that you really looked forward to, and you mark it on your calendar and you schedule time? It's not necessarily important in the grand scheme of things, but it's urgent because you want to watch it as soon as it comes out. So then if we take a look at the lower left-hand quadrant, that is important but not urgent. So a good example of this that I've seen is like, let's say you have a test next week. So it's not urgent because there's time to prepare for the test, but it is important because tests are usually important, right? Then finally, the last box that we have over there at the bottom right is the not important and not urgent. And that's not saying that these things are bad. It's not at all. But when you've got a time crunch, when you have limited amount of time to do stuff, these are the things that you should probably consider not doing, right? If we do have something that needs to happen, like we have homework that's due tomorrow, it's probably a good idea to get rid of the things that are in that bottom right-hand quadrant so that we have more time to work on them. But the thing that I want to highlight to you the most is actually that lower left-hand quadrant that we have studying for next week's test, the important but not urgent box. That, in my opinion, is the most important one. That's things like planning. If you're ever going to plan out your day, plan out your week, plan out your builds, that sort of thing, it's not urgent, but it is important because it needs to get done. If you work on those things that are in that bottom left-hand quadrant today, then it'll save you from having to do urgent stuff later. Oh my goodness, guys! Look what I found! Oh, Fred! He wants to be our friend. I can already tell. Carl, what do you think? Yeah, you're excited too. Do I have any bones? Let me see. Do I have any bones in here? Nice. Hopefully this is enough. Where'd you go? Oh, please be my friend. Please be my friend. Oh my goodness! We actually got a dog! Carl! Oh man, you're gonna be so happy. Stand up. I need you to follow me all the way home. This adventure has been awesome. We got to see a lot of landscape. Now, which, we need to go like 7,000, 3,000 is where we need to go. So we need this way. Oh, geez. Hey, get him, dog. Get him. Look at that already. He's already protecting me. Keep following me. No detours. Well, that's interesting. Synchronized squidding. And there we are. We made it. Home sweet home. And look, the dog is with us. Come on. Let's go, boy. Come on. I'm assuming it's a boy. Again, I don't assign genders. But we made it home. There were some ravines on the way that I was really nervous about with our pal here, our dog. So, man, I'm really glad to have you back at home. So can you sit? Perfect. Good dog, man. Okay, so let's put you back. Let's take off. I have a feeling that If I were a horse, I wouldn't want to just be hanging out in my armor all the time. That wouldn't be very comfortable. So there you go, Carl. Thank you so much. Oh, he's so excited to be back home again. Look at him. Thank you so much for coming on this adventure with me today. And you, my friend, I have big plans for you. Here, come with me. There we go. It's your new home. Look, it's not so bad in here. It's kind of underground. But, you know, you're safe from the weather and safe from mobs for the most part. I think this is a perfect spot for you. And whenever we're doing our comment of the day, you can actually be in the picture. And maybe I'll even zoom out a little bit just so that you can be in it too. Now, what we need for you is a name. And I've got the perfect idea. I shall dub you Spuddy. Spuddy, you get it? Potato, Spuddy. Oh, man. So this name actually came from Tim Be Nice, I don't know, months ago now. He called me Spuddy, and I was like, oh, I can't wait. I need to name something like that in my world. And now we've got it. Hey, Spuddy, how's it going? I think we're going to be best friends. And that, my friends, takes us to the end of the episode. And what do I do at the end of every episode? I showcase a comment from one of you. So let's head on over all the way down to page 28, where we look at the comment of the week for episode 27. That was last week's episode. And the comment says, very great episode. Love the time-lapse music. Where does it come from? This comment comes from xbyte208. That's another content creator, another Minecraft content creator. So go check them out. And as always, let them know that Tater sent you. That's a question that I get actually quite often is where does my music come from? And it comes from a couple of different sources. However, my music is always attributed in the description of the videos that I use it in. So go ahead and check that out. Check out those other content creators. Just because they're not making Minecraft content, music is extremely important to the content creation. I won't say industry. Field, hobby. Anyway, to content creation, it's very important. So always give as much love as possible to those who create the music that make your videos awesome. And that concludes our episode for today. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much. If you like this content, go ahead and give it that little bitty thumbs up at the bottom. It's free, but it really does help support the channel and support the video. And if you want to continue getting some content like this, my content, the easiest way to do that, and I know it is a personal choice, but the easiest way to get my content as soon as it comes out is to subscribe. It's your choice. You can hit the bell if you want to, or not. That's perfectly fine. But anyway, thank you. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. And I will see you all in the next episode. See ya.